Homemaker. I'm Rebecca, the Clueless Homemaker. Today we're in my kitchen because I am now eating keto and I wanted to start talking to you guys about it. I wasn't ready in the beginning, but I feel like I'm ready now. I've learned a little bit more. My body is acclimated to it and I'm loving it. So I've been doing keto officially for over 4 weeks now. I'm down about 13.5 pounds.
Okay, so I'm interrupting this video. This is future editing Rebecca. This video was taken about 4 or 4.5 weeks ago. And since that time, I am now down 22 pounds and I'm still doing keto. So I'm gonna have a lot more hauls and keto-inspired videos coming soon. I promise that they will be more in line with the time that they're actually recorded and not 4.5 or 5 weeks later. All right, back to this video. Thanks.
I want to share with you a tiny little thing about exactly what keto is. I did keto for the first time about 6 years ago, and I love the way it made me feel, but I didn't stick with it because I felt really, really restricted. Now I'm on Amazon, and so I see that there's a whole new world, or it might not even be new. It might just be a world I didn't know about 6 years ago. And so it's been so much easier for me this time. So let me start off by saying I'm obviously not a nutritionist. So I'm only gonna tell you what works for me. If I say something that you don't agree with, that's fine. Do what works best for you. Do what your doctor says. This has been the thing that's made me just feel the best. I have a lot more energy. I feel more focused. I literally couldn't think of what that word was, which is ironic because I really do feel more focused. All right, so I want to show you a couple of my favorite things to kind of help me get through those hard times, like when I'm really craving something sweet or craving something bread-like, and new things that I haven't even tried yet that I will try and give you guys an update on. So really quickly, keto just means that you're trying to eat low carb. I do not count my carbs. What I do is I try to stick to between 0 and 4 net carbs per food. That's it. If I had to start counting them, I would become obsessed with it or anxious about it, and it just wouldn't work for me. When I first did keto a few years ago, I counted carbs. I had no idea that there's something called net carbs, and that's really what you're supposed to be looking at. Net carbs you get from taking the amount of carbs and subtracting fiber, and then any sugar alcohols that are in it. So some foods don't have sugar alcohols. Avocado, for example, has a lot of carbs, but when you take away how many grams of fiber it has, it's actually very few net carbs and is a really great keto food. Or if you want to have something sweet, or like a protein bar, you're gonna have to also subtract sugar alcohols. Obviously the best thing to eat, we all know the best things to eat are whole foods, to actually make fresh food. But I will say for me, when I wake up in the morning, I'm starving. And the thought of making something, I mean, to be honest, it just feels overwhelming to me. So usually what I will do in the morning is have some sort of a protein bar that doesn't have a lot of net carbs. And then I will have some kind of whole foods for lunch and dinner. And sometimes I'll be hungry throughout the day and I might have some kind of a snack. So I really, really like these Quest bars. They don't say that they're keto, but they only have 4 net grams of carbs, 3 to 4, depending on what flavor you get. It has a lot of protein, a ton of fiber. So I've been drinking a ton more water. And I've also been drinking more coffee than usual, which I know isn't great, but the caffeine helps me stay like full. And I love the way that I feel. So it's really helped me stick with it because I know the minute that I would put like a piece of bread in my mouth, while I love bread, if it's full of carbs, it just makes me feel tired and gross. So a couple of things that I've really, really been loving and that have been helping to make it easier for me are obviously these Quest bars. I also have discovered Swerve makes a really good sugar substitute. So they have regular sugar, confectioner's sugar, and brown sugar, which has been great because it's helped me to make a couple of recipes that I'll show you guys later on and use, where traditionally in the past I wasn't able to use brown sugar or confectioner sugar because there just wasn't anything like that. So that's been really cool. Another thing that I really have been liking is this keto snack mix. And I'll link all of this below. I got it off of Amazon. Two other things that I've really been loving is this High Key. High Key is a brand. If you search for High Key on Amazon, they have a ton of keto stuff or low carb stuff. This is protein cereal, so 0 net carbs, a ton of protein in a serving that's gluten-free and grain-free, and I just put it with almond milk because regular milk has a ton of sugar in it. So almond milk is perfect for low carb, and this one especially, you can't eat a whole bowl of it because it starts to become like too much, and you'll know what I mean if you taste it, but a cup of it is enough to like satisfy me. I've really been liking this High Key protein cereal. And the other thing I've really been liking are the High Key desserts. So they make a brownie mix. They make this blondie brownie mix. A lot of times when people start to go keto, they go through what's called the keto flu. And I was really, really worried about that. Usually it lasts for a couple of days and it starts a day or two after you stop sugar and carbs. So I started purposefully on a Friday so that I could kind of go through it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I just made no plans at all that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday I did have a headache. I felt really tired, but by Saturday the headache was gone. I still felt really kind of just run down, but headache gone. By Sunday I really felt better. So for me it didn't last as long as I thought it would, and I was consuming a lot of sugar and carbs. I was drinking like 5 or 6 regular Cokes a day alone. Forget about all the carbs and the rest of the sugar I was eating, which now when I think about it makes me feel gross. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. A couple other things that I have never tried and just got, and I'm really excited to try them, and I'll give you guys an update, is this Keto Bread mix. Excited to try, it kind of sounds gross, but is this pork rind crumbs. So, you know, you can't have any kind of like anything with breadcrumbs or panko on it, and I miss, more than the taste of it, is just like the texture of chicken that's more than just grilled, you know what I mean? So these are made obviously from pork rinds, which pork rinds you can have. There's no carbs in pork rinds. I think pork rinds are disgusting, and I think they taste disgusting, but they've ground these down, and so this is like a breadcrumb. So I'm gonna try these out. I will say I was concerned because I don't like pork rinds, so why would I like pork rind crumbs? But a lot of people in the reviews said they don't eat pork rinds, but it just makes like a nice crunch. So I got those. I've ordered a couple other things that I'll show you guys when they come in, and I'm gonna be sharing with you some of like the desserts and treats I've invented and recipes I've come up with and little tips and tricks that I've used to make it a lot easier on me. I feel like if I had realized when I did keto, I hate to say keto because I'm not even really doing the keto diet, I'm just doing low carb, which essentially is what it is. But when I did this 6 years ago, I really felt great, felt alive, awake, focused, but then it was too restrictive and I didn't look for alternatives to get those other needs met. You know what I mean? Like, I really love bread, and so I didn't even think to look to see if there was such thing as keto bread. I feel like it's been a lot easier for me this time because there are a lot more things that are kind of making me feel like I'm not really eating different, you know? So I will keep you guys updated on how it's going. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.
You know my body never knows.